Hi guys, we're back with another video. Basically, this time I wanted to explain to you about what pharmacies are like in Turkey, okay? Because obviously different countries, they've got different types of pharmacy. So people are kind of like, you know, they have this idea, oh, you can just walk in and buy anything you want without prescription. It's totally bollocks. So basically, if you think you've bought fake HGH, which is highly likely, contact me. My details are underneath, fidianassociates@gmail.com. Go to www.fidianassociates.com. There's loads of photos about fake HGH. I'm more than happy to help with anything that you need. So, yeah, hit me up on Instagram even. So, basically, like in England, right, when we go to the pharmacy, we've got two types of pharmacy. We've got the pharmacy, which is a huge chain, okay, like Boots, like Superdrug. These chains, they're owned by massive companies. So you go in and there's a counter. Everything in the counter, okay, is prescription only, finished. Very clinical, no one knows you, unfriendly, just that's it. The rest of the store, which can be absolutely huge, by the way, I mean absolutely huge, it has everything from shampoos to, you know, God knows what else. You know, everything you could ever want. Vitamins, supplements, personal hygiene, you know, everything like that. So we've also got the smaller chemists in England, which is like, you know, it's a tiny shop. There's a guy, it's owned by a private owner. And, you know, he's got a few things like stuff for babies, maybe a shampoo or two, a couple of vitamins, and then he's got everything else that's behind the counter as well, you know, your Panadol, your paracetamol, whatever. So, generally speaking, okay, I don't know about you guys in the States what you've got, but I think Walmart probably has its section from what I see online sometimes, people talking about, when they say, like, I could get this with vouchers or whatever. So you probably have like the Boots and the Superdrug style ones. Now, in Turkey, there's no massive chains like that. Everything is owned by a person, okay? So, when everything is owned by a person, you never know, okay, exactly what's going on in that shop, right? So, behind the counter is everything that needs a prescription. In front of the counter, okay, is a few things that resemble a convenience store, really. I mean, except for no food or drinks. So you might get some perfumes. Some of them, they've got loads of perfumes in them, you know. Other ones, they've got loads of women's makeup. Other ones, they've got things like vitamins and supplements and a few things for babies. That's it. Depends on the size of it. Now, first things first, all Turkish pharmacies need prescriptions for everything that's behind the counter. I will go into the detail about that in the other video. But just for now, continuing with this theme, okay, is that, you know, because it's owned like a convenience store, you could buy anything in there that person wants to sell you that has nothing to do with pharmaceutical stuff that's controlled by a prescription. Okay, so, because everything is controlled by prescription in Turkey, it doesn't mean that guy who owns the pharmacy isn't going to bring things in and sell them to you. So how do we know how to check? Well, number one, you see there's a price tag. That price tag shows, okay, that it's imported from the importer. It's not a price tag from the pharmacy. Like this one, it says, for example, Goose Exatipozu. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that, yeah? That basically means that's the import warehouse. Okay, you have no access to that warehouse unless you are a pharmacy. Okay, for example, here, this, okay, it's a block of Omnitropes. And it says, Omnitrope SG30, Kunda, don't know what that means, İflasi deposu. You see? And it comes with, you know, a barcode when you buy a block sort of thing. Sometimes they're loose, sometimes they're all together like this. So, basically, if it's not controlled, you could go there and buy a kilo of coke from the geezer. I mean, you know, it doesn't mean that it's controlled. These are controlled because they've got the yellow stickers, they're in the system. The system checks who he bought it from, where he bought it. So he gets on the computer, he looks at the medicine, the warehouse is linked to the computer, it's linked to the ministry. You know, this is why you need prescriptions, because it checks what goes in and out of the pharmacy and in and out of the warehouse. So when people ask me, you know, but what about this, but what about that? Yeah, I've been to a pharmacy